most common reason people want to give up when they're trying to lose belly fat is that they're not seeing results. And I get it. When I decided I want to lose fat, in the first year I only lost 7 pounds. All of that effort, a whole year, and barely anything had changed. But then I realized I was making 4 big mistakes that you're likely making too, and once I fixed them, I lost 63 pounds of fat the following year. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what those mistakes are and show you how to fix them. The first mistake you're likely making is you're underestimating the amount of calories you're consuming, and let me prove it to you right now. Take a look at these two meals side by side. At face value, we have a salad and we have a burger. Which do you think has more calories? And be honest with yourself before I reveal it. Well, the salad has 1,100 calories and the burger has 640 calories. Surprising, right? Well, the salad has hundreds of hidden calories, mostly from the salad dressing and the high-fat cheese. The burger is actually one of my own recipes, and it contains 5% ground beef, low-fat cheese, and light mayo. It contains literally half the calories of a regular burger, and it pretty much tastes exactly the same. So you can see how people end up underestimating the amount of calories they're consuming. Not only that, but it's the calories you consume throughout the day without even thinking. That syrup in your coffee in the morning, the handful of nuts at lunch, and the beer after work, it all adds up. So how do you fix this problem? Firstly, you have to track your calories. The reality is, if you want to lose belly fat, you need to be tracking what you consume. Simply get yourself a food scale and download MyFitnessPal. When I first started properly tracking my calories, I realized that on average, I was consuming 480 calories per day over my deficit, so no wonder I wasn't losing belly fat. Secondly, don't just consume what you're told is healthy. Make smart substitutions like my burger instead of that salad. Of course, you should eat a balanced diet that prioritizes whole foods, but that doesn't mean you have to eat a boring diet and cut out every single thing you enjoy. What really matters is being in control of your calorie intake, not just guessing based on what you deem is healthy. And once you start tracking accurately, you'll be shocked at how fast you lose belly fat. The second mistake you're probably making is overestimating the amount of calories you're burning in a day. And I say that because that was literally me. I remember when I first started going to the gym, I'd do a pretty intense workout, I'd be sweating a little bit, and I'd leave the gym and I'd be thinking to myself, okay, that was pretty intense, I must have burned at least 500 calories, right? And then I'd go home and eat like that was an actual fact. Extra rice for my dinner, a packet of crisps as a snack, a protein bar for dessert, nothing too unhealthy, but I was literally cancelling out my calorie deficit, and that's what most people do. The worst part of it is if you have an Apple Watch or a Fitbit, they overestimate the amount of calories you burn in a day on average by 24%. So if it's telling you you've burnt 3,000 calories, for example, you're more likely to have burned 2,300. And that difference in calories can be the difference between nothing happening and losing 1 pound of fat per week. But the even bigger issue here is that after you've trained, especially after an intense form of cardio, for example, you feel more hungry. And that hunger, plus the fact that you feel like you've earned to eat more calories, is a deadly combo if you're trying to lose belly fat, because you go home and you eat more calories than you've actually burned when you were exercising. And that sucks because you're putting in all of that work, but nothing is changing. So how do you fix it? You need to stop seeing workouts as a fat loss tool. Your diet is the fat loss tool. Workouts are there to preserve and build muscle and improve your cardiovascular health, not to burn calories. Losing belly fat doesn't happen in the gym, it happens in your kitchen by being in a consistent calorie deficit. So instead of trying to earn more calories by working out, set a specific daily amount of calories you're going to consume and a specific workout schedule and stick to it. Stop rewarding yourself with more food every single time you sweat a little bit. Eat to burn fat and train to build and preserve muscle. Once you separate the two, you will finally start to lose belly fat. The third mistake is that you're probably not weighing yourself enough. Let me explain. I used to do the same thing. I would step on the scale once a week and I would base all of my progress off that one number. And then some weeks the number would stay the same or even go up. And I sit there and think, all of that effort I've just put in for no result. What is the point? But weight fluctuates constantly for reasons that have nothing to do with fat gain. Things like water retention, sodium, sleep quality, digestion, stress, and even the weight of food still sitting in your stomach. You can literally be in a calorie deficit today and still weigh more tomorrow. So here's what you need to do instead. Weigh yourself every morning after going to the toilet, before eating or drinking anything, and wearing the same or no clothes every time. At the end of the week, take an average, and that is your true body weight. Once you start tracking this way, you'll realize something very important. Yes, your daily weigh-ins fluctuate and bounce around a lot. That is normal. But as long as you're on a downward trend, you are doing something right. And being in a calorie deficit will cause your weekly averages to come down and down. And that's how you lose belly fat and body fat. It doesn't happen overnight and it never happens in a straight line. You need to be consistent. And that brings me on to arguably the worst mistake of all, number 4. most of you aren't consistent enough. And right now you're probably thinking, yes, I am, but hear me out. There was a time where I was feeling like I was doing everything right. I was tracking my food most of the time. I was going to most of my workouts, and I was almost getting in as many steps as I needed to every day, but I still wasn't losing belly fat. But the key words there are most and almost. The truth is, I wasn't being consistent. Monday to Thursday I would be on point, but then the weekend would come and I'd relax a little bit. I'd eyeball some of my portions, have an extra snack here and there, and a beer or two, and sometimes I'd miss my Saturday workout. You might be doing the same, and that's a big problem when it comes to losing belly fat. Your body doesn't care about your best intentions, it cares about your actions. I'm not saying you can't slip up sometimes, because it happens to all of us, but consistency is the most important thing. You have to be consistent if you actually want to lose belly fat. That means tracking your food every day, not sometimes, showing up to all of your workouts and getting in your steps every single day. So be honest for a second. Are you actually consistent, or are you just telling yourself that you are? Because once I was finally honest with myself, that's when I started seeing a difference. My belly fat started coming off and my life changed forever. You don't need to be perfect, but you need to show up every single day. And once you stop having to start over and you actually stay consistent for a long enough time for it to have an effect, that's when the belly fat will disappear, and more importantly, it will never come back. So look, if you really want to lose belly fat, fix those 4 mistakes and it will happen for you. Stick it out. Yes, it is tough, but trust me, when you achieve the result that you actually want to achieve, it's more than worth it. By the way, if you're done guessing, starting over, or just spinning your wheels and you actually want to lose fat for good and feel good about yourself this summer, I'm running a 60-day summer shred challenge for people who actually want real results. If you're interested, click the first link in the description, book a call with me. Applications will be closing on April 4th because the challenge is starting on April 7th. By the way, I'm only taking on 3 people, so if you want to be in the best shape of your life this summer, click the link and book a call quickly. Other than that, if this video helped, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.